Hi everyone, welcome to today's webinar. My name is Lucy Wangari Wanjiku. I am a farmer and an agribusiness consultant. I am the founder and lead consultant at Onion Doctor. Onion Doctor works with smallholder farmers through extension services, soil testing, irrigation to establish farms that are sustainable and scalable. So in today's conversation, we are talking about youth leadership and governance, and I'm here to give my experience as a farmer and as a youth who is in the agribusiness space. I have been in the agribusiness space for 4 years now. I did a degree from JQuat in Land Resources Planning and Management and a postgraduate diploma from Israel in Advanced Agriculture. Thereafter, I did a farm management for veteran farms for 3 years before I ventured out and started Onion Doctor and grew it to what it is today. So in my experience, the agribusiness space or the agricultural space is so huge, and we as the youth must tap into it from one aspect or the other. Let me talk about the agriculture value chain. This is what most of us know as agriculture. It's what is primary production. But then that's just a little part of the value chain where you have cows, chicken, or you're producing food. There's another part of the value chain which is marketing of farm produce. There's another part which is distribution of the farm produce. There's a logistics in it. There's agri-journalism, like I'm doing right now. I'm telling my story to others. That is agri-journalism. There's branding, because let me give an example. All these wheat companies or flour companies, they are packaged. Their packaging are packaged, and it's a space in agriculture that needs to be tapped into. There's photography that you can tap into the agribusiness space. So I would really like to talk about the other aspects that people hardly talk about. So as a youth, probably you have an access to phone, internet, and information. So not looking at what you don't have, just critically look at what you have. You have time to learn. You have bundles, and if you do not have bundles, you have access to Wi-Fi from one place to another. I have done that. I've gone to places just to take tea so that I can have Wi-Fi for long. You have access to information. So how do you use that information for your own gain and for you to generate income for yourselves? So basing with my experience, when I left veteran farms, I was actually dismissed in the middle of COVID. I lost my job in July 2020, and that was in the middle of COVID-19. So instead of using my CV to look for a job, I just sat down and asked myself, I have worked as a farm manager for 3 years. What do I know? That is what I asked myself. And what take can I have from this farm? And what pressure points were we able to address in this farm? And how can we use that to help other farms that are coming up? And that is how Onion Doctor was born, because we realized out of all the crops we had and out of all the animals we kept, onions was the one that was paying our bills, was helping us grow and also increasing our portfolio. So I decided, why not venture into onions fully as a crop? But basically behind the scenes, what we're doing is extension services. We're doing agronomic support. We're doing soil testing. We're doing drip installation, greenhouse construction, and all that kind of thing. So you see, for me, I had to innovate. I did not start saying, I do not have a farm, I do not have water, I cannot drill a borehole, I do not know how to take care of animals. No, I just took my experience and used it to help other farmers and upcoming farmers who are looking forward to getting into agriculture. So I would just challenge you as well. The agriculture value chain is long. If you know how to take good photos, really, take photos and sell them to platforms that need photos. If you're good at storytelling about things you see on your way to the farm, or that's a whole story. You can tell a story of an African or a Kenyan youth who is in a rural area. You can use your story, you can tell that story, you can film when you're going to probably to take something to the market, or film that story. That is a story you can sell in YouTube or in any other platform. Other than that, currently, to improve on the skills that we have currently, there's so many opportunities out here about trainings. You can try platforms like KCAC. It's a good place where young agripreneurs are given a platform. They are taught about designing, they are taught about concept, they are taught about everything you would need to know. All you have to do is look out for those opportunities and apply for them. Whether you think you deserve them or not, apply for them. That's not for you to decide. Your job is to apply for them. There are other opportunities like Go-Getters. There's also another one known as Nourish Africa. All these are platforms that you can get into and learn about different things in agribusiness. Come and learn about writing proposals, learn about branding. I mean, it's a whole space that you can learn from. And as long as you're ready to push and put your best foot forward, I think the agribusiness space is big enough for all of us. Because you see, myself as the founder of Onion Doctor, I currently need someone who can do filming for me. I need someone who can help me do very nice flyers for my website and my other pages. I need someone to take care of my website because I'm not a web designer. I would rather focus on the farm rather than sit down and make flyers. So the space is really big. It's so big. There's so much you can do in the agribusiness space. So all you need to do is find a community. And I mean, I'm talking to the young people. So when I say find a community, I mean, if you have access to internet, get into Facebook and get into those farmers groups. You don't have to get there to post content, but you can see people and you will realize the need there is. Go into WhatsApp group, get into Twitter, Twitter is a whole area that a family of Twitter, we call ourselves Twips in farming. You'll find us there. Get into that community, start talking to those people. Sooner you're going to realize, oh, you're an environmentalist, but oh, Onion Doctor is doing a CSR, they need trees to be planted. Who am I going to consult? I am going to consult you, who is an environmentalist, so that you can give me more information about trees. So really, don't look at agriculture as primary production. You can come to be a B2B, which is from business to business. If you're an IT expert, we are here right now ourselves. We're trying to look at record keeping that will help a farmer who is not on ground every day to know what is happening on the farm. As I said, I am a farmer. I want to concentrate on farming. Who is going to help me in developing the IT that is required to make record keeping automated? Who's going to help me with all the GIS that is required? Who's going to help me with marketing as it is required? I mean, I'm posting content every day, but with time, when you start commanding space, you realize your content needs to be strategic. So I need a content creator, a social media strategist. All of them, all these are geared towards agriculture. So really, I'm challenging you, just get into the community. You can start with what you have, which is social media. Get into the community. Do not feel afraid to DM people. I do that all the time. When I see someone who has something that I'm looking forward to doing or who has done it, I DM very fast, organize for coffee and meet people. And that way my brain is open and then I talk a lot. So do the same and you're going to see the difference and you're going to actually be able to fend yourself out of agriculture other than just basic production. When all is said and done, the opportunities in agriculture lie in primary production, they lie in processing, they lie in logistics, they lie in support for agribusiness, irrigation, and waste management after food consumption. So if you need more mentorship or more ideas around these spaces, my details will be on the screen. Feel free to reach out. You can DM me from any of the platforms. I will be happy to connect you and also learn from you and also tap into your network as we grow and get full advantage that we can from the agribusiness space. So now I will open up the conversation for questions, remarks, or concerns, and I will be delighted to answer what I can, and what I cannot, I will be delighted to take a minute and look for answers so that I can give concrete answers that can help us build our careers.